team clothes. Anyway, let's kick off. You have myself and the gorgeous Lynne Macdonald. Here's a little picture of us that we love at our convention in October, was it? In Birmingham. I added a little bit of spring flowers, like I said, because spring has sprung and we are embracing that. So tonight we have the topic tonight, as I said in the call, is that we're going to be having some sales training, because I really have the feeling that, and I feel like a lot of people feel like this, March is like a reset month. Yeah, we've had like new systems in place in February, new products, and March is a month of like getting back to basics. We've got the momentum challenge, which gets us all right back at bringing in new volume, new customers. I just feel like it's such a fresh start for March. And so I thought, what better thing than to have a sales training, because it's the nitty gritty, the bread and butter of everything that we do. Before I jump in with the sales training though, just a quick recap of what we have in March. First one that was announced at the beginning of the month is the 2 free sheet masks with daily essential subscriptions, whether it's a new one or if they renew, which is really, really exciting. It's the bread and butter of our skincare. It's the staples. It's what we advise everybody to start with when they join with skincare. So make sure that you promote this for anybody who wants to get their essentials. And then announced today, very exciting, is that the power of double cleansing. I hope everybody does double cleanse. There's some good things that you can send around. Actually, I think Lynne sent one in her team chat. I think I saw Carly on her stories. The power of double cleansing. It's the same sort of concept. If you double shampoo your hair, the first shampoo is like getting rid of like the day's dirt and whatever else has gone on. And then the second shampoo is actually really targeting the hair shafts and all of that, and doing all the magic that the great ingredients have in them get to work. So it's the same with cleansing. Your first cleanse can be taking off your makeup, or taking off SPF, or if you haven't worn any of that day, just taking off the pollution of the day that you've done out and about. Anything that you do, just everything can get on your face. So that removes it, and it means the active ingredients of your cleanser, your little cleansers here, the 1 month one, all the active ingredients in those products can really get to work like on the actual base of your skin, which is going to have such huge results. So this is such a good offer. I had someone message me saying, is it £49 a month or just one off? And I said one off, and she's like, oh my God, like she was blown away by it. And honestly, I think it's such a great deal. So £49 for this is with your code, for your cleansing balm, and then your choice of a 1 month cleanser. And it's a great little trial. They're going to fall in love with it, and then they're going to hopefully invest and get the essential range. So really, really, really excited about this one. And 5 people that get this, you hit your 250 momentum challenge, which I'm going to touch on now. Didn't realize it's the next slide, so that worked out really well. Sorry, Lynne, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. Do you want to talk a little bit about the momentum challenge?
If you want me to, I can do. I
Love
love
it.
it. I love it. And here's one of the reasons I love it. I honestly think that everybody can achieve this. And what I love about it is that I've started shouting out some of the girls in my team that have already got it. So shout out to Harry and Jill, and there's quite a few of them like are almost there. And I just think it's brilliant to have something that we can all go for that strategically builds your business, that also gives you something, which is, I mean, epic to get the new Simon Orion shaker, as well as the call with Kate, which is just this month. And then if we build it up over the 3 months, so obviously we need to get 250 each month to get the prize, the shaker this month, and then the call with Kate Holzman. And then if we get like 1,500 split over the 3 months, and the easiest way to do that, I personally think, is just 500 in the first month, but you can still catch up on the 3rd month. But I think it's great that so many of us are going to get a shout out about this. I just think shouting out and congratulating people on the socials and becoming each other's cheerleaders is such a huge thing, because you don't see that in every company, in every industry, in every workplace. You just don't see it. And lots of people go to work and don't always get that much of a thanks and that much of an extra thing. So I think something like this that is achievable for everybody, when you actually break it down, I just think it's amazing for all of us to get behind this momentum challenge. And it creates curiosity as well, because people start to see it popping all over the place to do with Beyond Beauty Club. And it's like, oh, wonder what that challenge is. And so I love it from that point of view.
It kind of brings us all down to like, I say level playing field, but I don't know how to explain that properly. But like, we all need to do the same thing. You can be a new person in the business, you can be a leader. We all need to be bringing in new people to our incredible skincare line and nutrition line. and new PV, which we did find out that if you have a current customer or even your own order and you do a new order, that does count. But like I said, we really advise bringing in new people, but it's non-restrictive. So if you get a skincare customer, get them to upgrade to also being a nutrition customer, you do get that as well, which I love, because that's what we want to do. You know, we want people to fall in love with the brand. They trust whatever they've started with, and then it gives them the confidence to want to try new products. And you never know, a skincare customer for the last year might then start the nutrition products, and because she started nutrition products, she then recommends it to her friend, but just on her skincare she wasn't at that point where she was recommending it. Like, you just don't know where it can snowball off to.
And you know what's cool as well, Rach, because the other trips at the moment, the requirements for those don't include existing customers, then it's very cool to see something come in. Like today, I had a customer, one of my existing customers, I didn't know she was going to order, she ordered this SPF in the skin tint, she paid in full, and I didn't know she was going to do it because she hadn't told me, not that she needs to, but it was like, oh, look, that goes towards my momentum challenge. You know, it feels fresh and new and like good. That some of that can be going towards a fresh challenge. So I love it.
I feel like no matter how long you've been in the business or the industry or what position you are, that giddy feeling when you get a new customer order it never goes away. And I feel like this will reignite that feeling for a lot of us. I'll say a lot of us, just to get new people involved with the products. I get really giddy when I get a new customer, and that never goes. And like Catherine said, it's the best feeling and it's contagious, and you just want more of it, don't you? So the final thing I wanted to say is I did put a voice note into the community chat, but just in case anyone missed it, we do have a tracker on our back office where you can actually see your momentum challenge tracker, so you can see who in your team has done it or who's close to getting theirs. It gets refreshed. I found out this morning it gets refreshed once every 24 hours, which is, I don't know the exact time, but it's sometime in the night. So say it's midnight. So if you're looking throughout the day thinking it's not on, check again the following day and it should appear. If it doesn't, then you can obviously flag it if it's not there. But my tip last time on the last call was just saying manually do it as well. I feel like there's a power in keeping track of your own as well, and just seeing how far away you are from, if you get the 250 and you're halfway through the month, you think, do you know what, I'm going to go for the 500 or whatever that is. And I think it's going to show a massive oomph in everyone's paychecks as well, because not only do you have the recurring subscription, but you've got all this new stuff coming through as well. So very excited for the momentum tracker. So we're going to kick off with sales training, and we really wanted to have some speakers that we either haven't heard from before or very rarely hear from. So our very first speaker, I'm just checking if I can find her actually. I'm sure I saw her a minute ago. Oh, she's there. Is Kelly Morshead. Thank you so much, Kelly, for agreeing to speak. Kelly is someone who's super consistent. She is always somewhere in this top sales recognition or top PV, and not just a one hit every now and again. She's consistent. And Hayley, our country manager, shouted her out as well. So I got straight in her inbox and said, please, can you speak on our call? And she agreed. So Kelly, are you there?
I am here, yes.
So let me see if I can try and make you a bit bigger. There we go. I've spotlighted you at the top there, so hopefully everyone can see Kelly. So Kelly, thank you so much. I know that you're off to Australia soon, so I appreciate your time to speak on the call with us.
You're welcome.
We'd love to learn from you. So like I said earlier, I would love for you to share, what are your top 3 tips that you find help you bring customers into your business?
Okay, so for me, I think probably the number 1 has been my enthusiasm. So when I go onto my socials, I always try to be really happy and really energetic. And I think a lot of people like that. I've had quite a lot of people coming to me in my private messages and saying, oh my God, you're really inspiring me with how happy you are and how confident. And I'm a bit nervous and I'm talking crap right now.
You're not.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous, and I feel like I'm talking faster than thinking.
No, please don't agree. But do you know what it shows as well, Kelly? Is like we're all just normal people. and if you're a nervous person, even though you're not coming across nervous, you just show that anyone can do this. You know, you might think of yourself as nervous, but clearly you attract people, you know, the right people to you.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's one of the most people do come to me saying, we love your enthusiasm, we love how excited you are about the product, and it really shows. So whenever I'm going onto my socials, I think putting that across is what's bringing people into me. I do get a lot of private messages from people saying, I just love how excited you are about it. Like, I really feel like you're telling the truth. So that's my first one, is just being enthusiastic about it. Like, secondly, I would say make sure you use as much of the products as possible. It's really good to be able to talk about each product that I use, and to be honest, I'm a bit greedy. I have pretty much ordered everything. My bathroom looks like a shop. So I try to make sure I've got everything's been used, so I can really know what it's about, and I can share that. The other thing, I talk to everybody about it. So if I'm out and about, if I'm in a queue somewhere, if I'm down at the park with like my nieces, anywhere I go, in the pub, I am constantly talking about the products.
Love that, love that, love that. Do you know what? Just like from speaking to you a little bit here, Kelly, and also over Instagram as well, like your energy just gives off somebody who is just such a nice, genuine person, and you're not trying to be anybody that you're not. I feel like sometimes we can hear sales training from someone who does this so brilliantly, and then someone will listen to that and think, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. I need to behave more like this person. And they're actually missing the point of like the power is that we're actually all very different, and the world is so big that the right people are going to be attracted to you. So from what Kelly's like saying is, rather than needing to be more like Kelly, be your whole genuine self, so people trust you. Know, like, and trust you. For the guys that have heard about the know, like, and trust, that you've basically summed up that, Kelly, that if you were someone on my social media, I would know, like, and trust you, because I can see that you are just a genuine, nice, honest person. So I love that so much. Is there anything else?
Talking, I always make sure that everything that I'm talking about as well is I'm telling the truth. I am telling the truth. I'm not, if there was a product that I don't like, I wouldn't talk about it.
And that's okay. And that's okay.
Sharing what I love, and I think that definitely comes across. You'd be surprised who's watching you. I have people coming up and saying, well, I've been watching you for the last 3 months. And they say 3 months, right? 3 months, you start talking about it, and then in 3 months' time, the sale comes along.
Yeah, you've got to play the long game, haven't you? And I think sometimes people can get caught up on the fact that if you don't get loads of likes on a status, it means that no one's seeing it. If we had some sort of way to know the views on what you get, I'm sure it would make people feel better. But you just have to trust the process, the compound effect, know that you are chipping away at someone's, that sounds really aggressive actually, but chipping away in someone's subconscious, that you've become known as the Simon Orion person. So when you catch someone at the right time, their first thought is to think, I'm going to message that Kelly, because you've created that. I never liked anything of Rachel's. Oh, cheers, Lynne. That's true though. You know, you never know when someone's watching you. So
I don't mean I didn't like it. I don't mean I didn't like it.
No, I
didn't like anything. And then we started speaking, but I had already seen stuff that made me go, I had already seen some stuff. Kelly, I think you just said the best sales tip ever, like ever. I think we can just end the call. Nobody else needs to speak. Like, be yourself, honestly, is like the best sales tip ever.
People love it, honestly. You get some nice comments. I can see people that I don't even know are watching randomly out in the street, and they'll say, oh my God, I'm loving your socials, by the way. Like, you're so brave. I just love watching you. Your energy is really good. So just, it helps you to keep it up. Yeah.
And I feel like it's like I suppose it's a self-development journey as well, because some people can feel really like it's hard to get over that comfort zone of putting yourself out there on social media. And I think it might have been Chelsea Farrell, or I can't remember. So we're talking about like feel the ick and do it anyway, or something along those lines. Not that I think it's it, but sometimes putting yourself out there on social media can be like a hurdle that you just need to get over. Once you do it,
yeah,
and then people start saying to you like, I love what you're doing on social media, blah blah blah. You think, okay, it's actually, you know, people are noticing me. So I love that so much. So whoever you are, whatever your strengths are, whatever your morals are, whatever your interests are, don't try and hide it. Just be so out loudly yourself, and you will attract the people that not belong to you, but should be coming to you, you know. And I just love that so much. So thank you, Kelly.
Can I butt in again about Kelly? I've just gone into her socials, because this is what happens, right? On sales trainings, like we like hear someone and then we're like, oh, let me look at her. So I've just gone into your socials, and you can feel Kelly's energy, but you can feel it's real. Can I ask you a question? What age are you?
I'll be 50 in 3 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You look like, I think you're in your 30s, not even joking.
I actually love these socials for just being real. And what some people will do here, right, is, and I've done it before as well in the past, we'll go on to your Facebook, look at it, and then think, oh, I better put a face mask on and then do a funny face like that, or I better do this and I better do that, right? But that, if that's not them, it doesn't matter how nice it looks, how funny it looks, or how anything it looks. It just, that's such a representation of just purely being yourself.
I
And
did think at the very beginning, I was like, oh, does everything need to be a bit more pretty? Because, you know, there's a lot of girls out there that are all very aesthetically pleasing. And I thought, no, do you know what? I'm a dickhead. I'm just going to be myself.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to make you my new best friend.
Follow Kelly now and just absolutely fall in love with her. Kelly, thank you so much, Kelly. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have the best time ever in
Thank you so
Australia.
much. I'm sure you'll see all of my pictures anyway. It'll be all over socials from tomorrow when I'm on my my seat in the plane.
Thank you. And you got lovely comments as well. People are laughing at I'm a dickhead. So that's the caption. The caption is I'm a dickhead. Right, thank you, Kelly. Lots of love.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, so we have to have a quick change around because busy people, but we are going to have the double act, incredibly, of Lynne Macdonald and Ariana Melis, because Ariana is always on the top of the leaderboard for new PV. She has qualified for the Momentum Challenge already, rocketed from brand partner 1 to brand champion 1 by following a DMO, and they are going to give us their nuggets specifically on bringing in new customers. So let me spotlight you, Ari, and I'll spotlight you, Lynne. You should both be right. Hit it, girls. Give us your best tips for sales.
Okay, are we side by side now on the screen, or have we still got this background thing?
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, let's see us, because you really need to look at Ariana's lashes.
Exactly.
Ariana's beautiful lashes. Yeah.
I'm becoming English 100%.
Well, I'm Scottish and you've got lashes and I've got my lashes on, so you're not becoming English, you're just becoming amazing, right? You are amazing. Okay, so I wanted to share a little about why this came about tonight. So earlier today, I was speaking to someone on my team, and I've been having quite a few conversations about this recently, and I think it's just because of the time of year that it is. And we were chatting about the fact, it's just amazing that Kelly said that, because we were chatting about the fact of just showing up on the socials as you. Sometimes we go on lots and lots of trainings and we hear something else, and then we hear something else, and then we add that in and we hear something else, or we look at somebody else that's successful that's been on a call and we think, oh, I better do it that way. We note down all the ways she's done her socials, and then we add that in and we put something else in, and before we know it, we're like absolutely overwhelmed. Like, we're overwhelmed. We think we need to talk a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way, when in actual fact it's more basic than that. Like, it's so much more basic. Has anybody ever done that, gone to lots of trainings and added, put a high five in the comments if you've gone to lots of trainings and you've been like, oh, I better do that now? And some of them are great, and some of them you add in and it does really well for you, but you're just adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding way more stuff all the time, when in actual fact this business is it's much more simpler than that. It's about tons and tons of high fives in the comments now. It's about stripping back all that stuff, taking on board when you hear things at trainings that you think, I like that, I love that, I'm going to do it, but stripping it back and being like, let me just show up on socials as me, let me show up in the world as me, and the only person that knows how to do that is you. Right? Because you can go to all these trainings and be totally overwhelmed, and then before you know it, you don't even want to do the DMO every day, and it just becomes a lot, whereas this business is so simple. And every DMO, whether it's a big tick list or a short one or whatever, and we've got our DMO in boards under Get Started that most of us follow, but every one of them has just got 3 basic things in it, which is, if you're building it online, posting on the socials, engaging with people, and reaching out. That's it. Like, it doesn't matter what else bells and whistles you do around about that. That's the crux of what this business has always been and will ever be. Like, if you're building it on the socials, posting on the socials, engaging with people. That might be you know, liking, loving, genuinely commenting on stories, all that kind of stuff, and then reaching out to people, which might be following up, likes and comments and messages, or genuinely reaching out to people to share what we've actually got. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. And I think a lot of people, I'm just going to say this, Ari, because this will fit in. Sorry, I am going to get to you and your beautiful eyelashes. I think I'm going to like have a whole team of girls with amazing eyelashes.
Oh, my son is coming over, but anyways, okay.
It's okay, because we're doing this together, because Ari's in the house herself tonight with her kiddies, so we might have to kind of like, she might have to stop and start. But I just want to be really honest that last month was a month, right, for lots of us in this business. There was a lot going on, a lot of things happening. Also, January, sometimes not all of us get going the way that we thought we were going to get going. And you can maybe feel crap about yourself. Hands up if anybody's felt a little bit crap about themselves in this business. High five in the comments, ever in your life, right? Just in this business ever. Because it's a thing. It's not like all the top leaders ever always feel amazing and brilliant and never have like any moments. And January puts a lot of pressure on a lot of people. February was a month for us in this business. We had a lot of changes, a lot of things to get our heads around. There's a lot of high fives in there. And I think what's really important on these trainings is to be real some of the time. We can't all be sunshines and rainbows all the time. I mean, I am a really just generally positive person anyway in life. But I think sometimes you need to just recognize that January sometimes a lot. We don't always do what we said we were going to do. February was a month for us, right? And now we're in March and so many things are sorted and organized. But even the top people on leaderboards are not always there. They have their weeks, they have their days, they have their things going on. So I just think it's important to recognize that whoever you are is, and whatever you've done so far this year is done. And you can just draw a line in March and we can get going, and we've got 3 full weeks left. So I wanted to bring Ari on because not only does she have the most amazing eyelashes, she is
I'm here.
amazing at sales, right? But I know this fits into what I was just saying. You got to BC2 and when was it?
BC1?
Sorry, BC1.
Yeah. Was in November.
Okay, so tell us first of all, because I've got 2 questions for you, and this will fit into what I was just saying, is when did you, yes, BC2 very soon, Rachel's saying. So because you got an unbelievable amount of sales, right? And also so
Yes.
far to get to that level. And also so far this month, you're really back in the zone and you've got the momentum challenge, and I know you're going for it because I know you're going for BC2, I know you're going for Greece, and I know you've got a hefty amount of points for Greece, and it's all systems go, right? So tell us your biggest sales tip, maybe 2 biggest sales tips for when you were going for BC1, what was going on? Tell us that.
Okay, so basically, as you can see, I have such a busy life, but because I've decided that I don't want to go anymore to do a traditional work. So because first of all, I cannot. I have 2 special needs kids, so I cannot. I just need to make this work as my first work.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing my DMO consistently without excuses. Like I'm doing this as my priority, not when I have time. So let's say I bring the kids to school, I come home, and no matter what, I just do my DMO. So I just sit down in front of the computer, in front of my phone. I just go back to check social media, whoever has comment on my stories, whoever has comment on my posts. I do my post, I do my stories. I go and reach out to people. And when I say go reach out to people, is like, for example, I go see who is online, who is the people that I talked to them like not so long ago. I ask how they are, how they're doing. I try to remember if they post some stories. So I ask about it.
You do the DMO, Ari, because I know people will be saying, well, what specifically does she follow? You do the one that's on boards under Get Started.
Yes.
Every day, yeah?
Every single day, yes. I also create my WhatsApp group with all my clients. So I ask them if they are happy with the products. I ask them to refer me if they have some friends that they would like to try the skincare. I also follow up a lot. And basically, let's say I do almost every single day, or not every single day, but time to time. I go to my search bars, let's say on Messenger, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, and I put again my link in there. So I try to see all the chats, and I try to remember if this person would, for example, was asking me like 3 months ago about high complex or some other products. So I go and go back to them and I say, look, we have this offer. So are you ready to start now? You know, so all these things. And
I like that tip. And just for people that don't know, you can go into the search bar on Instagram. You can also do it in your messenger stories, and you can do it on WhatsApp as well. You can just go in and type whatever, like if I put in income into my messenger, it will come up on my messenger with all the conversations I've had about talking to somebody about an extra income. So you can search like that. It's a really good tip. So what you're saying, Ari, then is you followed the DMO every single day, but you made the decision before that. And no matter what's happening in life, you continue to do it, right? So
no, yeah, because I want basically, I want to make sure that I get my salary every single month. So no matter what, I want to get some money. It's like the same if I would get the same money like going to a part-time work that I don't want to go and do it. So I want to stay at home enjoying what I'm doing and try to get some money out of it. That's it.
yeah, so the biggest thing that I know about you, because obviously I work with you and you joined Catherine, and I work with the two of you and speak to you both regularly, both firecrackers in my WhatsApp. But you're hungry for this, and that's one of the biggest drivers that I see in all of us that are getting success. We're hungry, we do it, we just follow the basic system. Lots of people ask, what is it that you're doing? Like I see people asking the people that are on the leaderboards, what is you're doing? And all they're doing is what we already taught everybody to do in the whole community when we've been doing all the trainings all the time. But
Exactly.
last little thing though, because obviously you were last month, you've said to me that wasn't the bestest month for you, which happens for us all. January wasn't the bestest month for me. I was still traveling in Greece and I was still doing my business, but I was a bit all over the place with it. I didn't feel like I had my proper routine in place. And I know that that's how you felt last month. So what was your main thing, would you say? Because this is going to help a lot of people feel normal, because I think sometimes when we're not having the success, we don't feel normal. We see everyone else having the success. We have this thing in network marketing that I call comparisonitis, which is we compare ourselves to other people. We then feel bad, terrible, awful, we're crap and rubbish, and they're doing amazing. But we're just not doing the do, basically. So even although you weren't doing the do, what would you say was the main thing though? Was it like your mindset or not doing the do, or both?
Was my mindset. I was like believing in myself more, which I was not doing before. Previously, when I was doing network marketing, I was trying to overcomplicate things, like how I gonna do that reel, how I gonna show up, and how I gonna do these crazy contents that she's throwing I don't know, she's throwing the capsules and then they are coming. I don't know how to do these things, you know. So I'm just doing everything every single day, simple things, everything single day. So just consistency. I also say to my team in Italy, like we were doing a reel like this last week. They were spending tons of times to know how to do the reel and how to, you know, just do not spend so much time on this. Just do your every single day one post, do your stories, but being consistent every single day, no matter what.
Yeah, and I think that's a brilliant way to finish, is the fact that sometimes we can look like our mindset. I was going to say we can lose our mind. Sometimes we can lose our mind as well, right? But our mindset is maybe not in the right place, that then affects how we do it. Because it's not just what you do, it's who you are when you do it. Like if you were just doing the do every day, but you didn't believe in yourself, you were doubting all the time, you were saying everything was shite and crap and horrible, you just wouldn't get the results, right? So there's huge amounts of, like, when your energy's in the right place, I just don't think it matters. Yes. I don't think it matters what you do, how you show up. Because when it's in the right place, like you could just show up and do like one live for like 2 minutes and you've got like all these sales, or you could show up and do one thing and you get a lot of things happening. You got to like sort your mindset. But also I think so many of us try to recreate a wheel, overthink it, think that we're missing something when we've just not given it consistency enough. And just keep the basics and do the basics brilliantly all the time. It sounds, do you know what? I keep saying like consistency is not sexy, and doing like a basic DMO all the time is not sexy, but it's really sexy for our bank accounts, isn't it? Like just do the basics every single day. You don't look left, you don't look right, just do the basics and just just don't worry about all the extra thingy things that people are doing. Just do the basics. I love it. Thank you so
And
much to you.
show
and
up
your
with
amazing-
energy. So always show up with good energy. Yes.
And look at you with your glowing skin and your eyelashes and all the things going on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I totally agree. And I honestly feel like, I'm just going to remove the, oh, how do I remove? Sorry, Arid, I need to find you quickly just to remove the spotlight. I honestly feel like we have so many team members that are just trying to like think, I've given it, I don't know, a week. It's not working, so then I need to find something new. And then they find something that's continuously jumping. And actually, you have to trust the process and know that there are people that have gone before you that have had to go through the process, and then they start. It's almost like it's not the answer that people want to hear. They want to hear that there's a magic ingredient over here and this is the secret and this is how you do it. And actually the God's honest truth is the consistency, and you can hear it over and over again from the people that are top of the leaderboards, and just trust us on that. And I really, really recommend that you go and check out this DMO that Lynne really advocates for her and her team. And it's no surprise that Lynne and her team are often showing up and on the leaderboards for having a consistent good PV and things like that. So thank you so much. I've had a little bit of a brainwave idea just because we had a few speakers that couldn't do it last minute. I'm going to set up a little bit of a campaign. I'm going to get in touch with some of the girls that are that are doing great at sales. I'm going to get them to film a 3-minute video of like their top tips on sales, and I'm going to start streaming them into the WhatsApp group. So we've got a consistent flow of just people sharing their tips, because the beautiful thing with this industry is it's not competition. By finding someone else who's doing really well, we all learn from each other and we all rise together and we all succeed together. So I'm really excited for us to hear more and more tips from other people that are doing very well. I'm just going to share my last slide just to finish. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Sorry.
I've got 2 last things to share, Rach.
Okay. Do you want to do yours, or do you want me to do mine first and then pass to you?
Whatever you want to do.
Well,
You're the boss. You're the boss, Rachel Allen.
Aye. But it's yours about sales, in which case let's see.
Yeah, it was about what you were just saying about like the consistency of it, and people like doing things for a week and it not happening, and then them changing the strategy and doing something else for a week and not change. The one word that I heard at a training years ago in this industry was until. So it was, instead of like chopping and changing, it's like decide on your strategy and do it until. Until you get to this, until you get to that. And also, I think one of the things that's missing sometimes with us is having fun. Sometimes with some of us is having fun doing it. Like I was saying to someone today, and this is the last thing I'm going to share, is like, imagine this. Imagine that you get to post on Facebook. I'm just using Facebook as an example. You then get to offer people what we've got and just send them the link to join. And then they say, yeah, I'm joining. And then you send them the link to watch the getting started video. And then you just keep going. You're getting paid for that. Like, you just like, why are we not having more fun doing this and showing more fun? It's just not I think sometimes we take it so serious and we've got our goals in like a headlock and we're strangling them to death and we're willing to bleed and cry and like sweat and to get all the things we want. And in actual fact, that's not attractive. People are not looking at that on social media thinking, God, I really want to join her. She's having such a terrible time building this business and she's working so hard and she's up early in the morning and late at night. If we just have more fun and actually see it as like the most amazing opportunity it is. I mean, like, look at what other people are doing. There's surgeons out there that have to get up at God knows what time, and like there's nurses and there's people that used to work in the coal mine. It just, this whole last week, just in my head now and again, I've just been thinking about the fact that, do you know what, we are so lucky. We are so lucky that we have this opportunity, that we can go on, touch buttons, share things with people, send them things and just keep doing it and keep getting paid. I think we need to lighten the whole thing up, make it really, really basic and just absolutely love it. And if you're up for that, I think we should do a high five in the comments too, because I really think that all the training and all the things is amazing, but fun is magnetic. Being yourself is mega magnetic. Feeling great is mega magnetic. And I think that is how we should be. It's how I'm going to be this whole month.
I love that so much. Honestly, everyone that votes, we need more Lynne. I just, honestly, we're co-hosting this because we're co-hosting this because Lynne's energy just always is just absolutely amazing, and I feel so blessed to get to work with you every day, because honestly I just love that. And you don't say it for effect, you wholeheartedly mean it, and I agree.
Yeah, I mean it.
We are so lucky. There's no roof above anything that we do. We can build it as much or as little as we want to, and the more fun you have doing it, you know the saying, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. It really is true. So let's have more fun doing it. I love that so much. Right, thank you, Lynne. You are just, I'm your biggest fan. Just closing with this Thursday, just to make sure I give it a plug, because I think it's going to be great for people that want to know more about the nutrition. We have a call this Thursday. I'm a massive fan for my sales and things like that. I love being equipped with information, not so much because I want to splurge loads of information on people, but having more information for me gives me so much confidence in what it is that I'm talking about. So I love information and details and stuff like that. So I'm so self-assured when I speak to someone. They're like, oh wow, she really believes in what she's saying. So I highly recommend this call this Thursday. UK time is 6:30 and European time 7:30. I think it probably will be recorded, but I'm going to be joining it live. If you have any questions that you want to be asking the nutritionist about our products, you can actually email them ahead of the call, and hopefully they can feature it on the call. The email address is at the bottom, but that is always available if you have a specific question about the nutrition that you want to ask them. So very excited for this. Thank you so much to my beautiful co-host Lynne Macdonald, and our speakers with Kelly and Ariana. So grateful. And I will make sure that I get some more short videos of sales top tips that I can share into the chat, and we can just learn and grow all together. So thank you. Have a beautiful evening, and I will speak to you all soon. Lots of love.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.